Hello everybody, welcome one and all to episode number 12 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Yes, thank you so much for joining me today for another episode of the Milo Podcast. Yes sir, we're here and we're doing it right now. We just had the chocolate time. We just had the big choco weekend, the eggs, the rabbits, the Ferrero Rochers, and the whatever the fuck else, man. The bars, the chocolate bars, the choco, the cocoa stuff. You eat it, it's sweet. Yeah, I woke up on one of these days on the weekend and there was a bunch of eggs in my backyard. What the hell, man? So I went around, collected them all up, snapped them all up. Eggs. 1 egg, 2 egg, 3 egg, 4. And there was also rabbits, bunnies, and they were all in my backyard. So I went and picked them all up. I went and took them all out of my garden, put them in my little basket. I went inside, sat down and looked at my haul. And what did I have? I had eggs, chocolate, rabbits, chocolate. I had so much stuff. I put it in my mouth and then I chew it up. It goes into my belly, it goes into my stomach, and if you jump off the bridge, then you're gonna plummet, yeah. I had at least 50,000 eggs, I had 51,000 rabbits, and I put them all together, they were in this big sculpture. I was trying to make the world's largest chocolate sculpture, and then suddenly someone come along, opened up the door, and then a cool breeze blew in the door and knocked over all my eggs, and I was like, oh, what the fuck, man? And they smashed and they were shattered and my Humpty Dumpty was all gone. So I picked up the phone. I called up on all the King's Men on their hotline, 1-800-ALLTheKingsMen.com. Pressed the dial and I was speaking to the guy and they were like, hey, what seems to be the problem? And I'm like, hey, well, all my shit just got smashed. How about that? If you don't think that's a problem, then I don't know what I'm calling your business for because I need my shit repaired. I need it repaired and I need a new green slip, I need a pink slip, and I need to get the insurance company onto this because I've got, I'm covered for acts of God and I'm covered for acts of the devil and all acts. I'm just covered. I'm covered from head to toe. I'm covered in all types of things. You've got me covered. Insurance got me covered. The newspaper. All my stories, they're covered. I got my private parts covered with clothes. Everything is covered, man. But we're gonna work our hardest to uncover it. We're going to bring out the private eyes, bring out the magnifying glasses, bring out the microscopes, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this. We're going to do the largest expose that this side of the planet has ever seen, man, because we can't be living in tyranny anymore. We can't be shrouded under the guise of utopia, you know what I'm saying, when it's clear that we're living in some kind of hellhole, right? Hellhole chocolate, man, where there's just endless number of fucking people that want to take all of your things from you and people that want to lock you in a cage and poke you with pins and needles and run experiments and like basically just like transport your DNA into a petri dish so they can break it down, analyze it and put it underneath the CRISPR, and then they can recreate all of your goodness without none of your badness, and that's how they're going to advance society. But the problem that presents is very moral, it's very ethic. It's like, you know, isn't this another form of what's that word called when you genocide? Genocide, yeah, genocide. It's just another form of genetic superiority, or what's it called, the genome, what's it called when they like, it's genocide and can't remember, but there's a word that's for like when people are trying to take genes out of the gene pool, and people don't like it when you do that. Like, so the question is, if we can eliminate all of the retarded people from our society, then would that be a benevolent act? Would that be of a major benefit to society, or would that bring us down? Because what they say is different strokes for different folks, and that it takes all kinds, right? And I guess if, like, you know, everyone was all the same and always everyone was just agreeing on shit and like, you know, all our genes were the same, then that would be, they say that would be boring because people wouldn't disagree, everyone would agree. Like my teacher used to say things to me like, oh, well, if everyone agreed on everything, then wouldn't life be boring? And I thought, well, that's a decent enough point. I mean, she's got a point, right? She's got a point, right? If everyone agreed on everything and we didn't disagree on nothing, then like, I mean, how boring would world peace be? How boring would it be if we all just did the same thing and enjoyed the same stuff and we didn't fight anymore? Like, you know, imagine there's no fighting. It's easy if you try. Imagine there's no quabbles, no squabbles. There's no quarrying. Quarrels. There's no quarrels, you know what I mean? Wouldn't that be just so boring? Yeah, I'd be sitting there twiddling my thumbs thinking, oh, fuck, man, I just want to pick fights with people, but everyone doesn't want to fight. Everyone agrees with all of the things that I have to say. That'd be a different fucking turn of events for me, man. Usually I'm just fucking arguing with everybody about everything. Even if I agree with them, I'll still argue just because you know, it's just what I do. But, well, I suppose in that case, if I do truly argue with people that agree with me, then nothing would change for me, would it? In a world where everyone agreed, I'd still be arguing with people. I'd just be like, hey, I like this more than you, or hey, I know that we both like this thing, but do you like it when it's like this? Or, you know, I'd be trying to poke holes in people's plans, but it'd just be impossible because the fact is we already agree. So it doesn't matter what kind of scenario I could set up. Yeah, there really could be no arguing happening, right? Because it doesn't matter what scenario that I set up. Even if we do agree, no protest I could make or no new point that I could bring to the table would be disagreed upon. Everyone would be like, yeah, whatever you say, Milo, totally 100%. I'm totally on board. I could pass so many new laws like that, man. I could get on the board of laws and be like, yeah, I want to start a new law that outlaws all the stuff, right? And then people would be like, yep, I agree. So I could make a law that says like outlaw no more sun, no more going out in the sunlight between the hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., right? So everyone's got to stay indoors all day. And everyone would just have to agree because in this new reality, it's so boring and then people just agree with me, you know what I mean? So, but like, I mean, we can say that, like, we can say, oh, how boring, but would it really be boring? Would it really be boring? Because imagine if, like, we all just had to stay inside from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m., but I came up with, like, some other kind of law that everyone gets a house arrest visitor. Like, from the hours of 9 to 5, everyone gets a person that shows up and delivers you 12 muffins, a bunch of bananas, and about 50 cakes. You get a couple of slices of alligator, kangaroo, pork, lamb. Slice it all up, whip it into like a pie, one of those mixed meat pies. Got your beef, got your lamb. Put in a bit of gravy, pinch of salt, pinch of pepper, and serve that bitch up. You know what I'm saying? Just serve it up, serve it out, serve it in. You got to slide it out. You got to slide it around. You got to slide and glide your way to the bakery because you're the baker. And you're the one who is making all of the food for society to come and buy from. And you got to get all of your stuff, put it on display, make it an appropriate price that people want to buy. Although I guess if, like, you know, you just make it any price and then they would just see the price and they would agree, hey, I think that this price should be $10 for this pie. What do you think about that? Oh, yep, I totally agree. And I mean, would that be boring? You're making a profit. Like, you're making, let's say it costs you $1 to actually manufacture and bake the pie, right? To produce the pie, it costs you $1. And then you're selling for $10 a pop. Like, you're going to get $9 profit, right? For each pie that you sell. Does that sound boring to you? Does that sound boring to you? Imagine if you could make 100% profit or, like, you know, 900% profit. Because it costs, so if something costs $1 and you sell it for 10, so that means you make $9 for every one that you spend. So if the spending of $1 was that's 100% of the price, right? Then I guess, like, you make, I don't know, I can't figure it out. I don't know how percents work. Do you make like 900% profit, or do you make 90% profit, like, because 1/10 of your price was spent on the item, but then like 9 times what you spent on the item, or 10 times what you spent on the item is what you made. Subtract 1/10. So I don't know if that's 90%, or it depends, probably depends on the set that you look at, right? Like, it depends on if you were asking like how much profit do you make per pie, or how much profit do you make per sale, or how much profit can you make if you just decided to get a profit machine and put it onto 100% profit or whatever, like, because that would be even more profits. And then if you, once the profits from that build up, then you got enough money in the bank for another machine, and then you can just make endless profits, man. That'd be just so crazy. But like, who's going to stop you? Who will stop you as long as you're within the regulations, you're within the rules, you're within all of the guidelines for your industry? Then no one's going to give a shit, man. You can break the bank with all your money, or your spendola, or your cashomo, cash, cold hard cash in your wallet, in your pocket. Go to the store and spend it in your own shop. What happens if you buy your own pies? Then you can give yourself $9 for every $1 that you give to yourself or take from yourself, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Wouldn't that be the crazy scenario if like you just, one day you're in your own bakery shop selling pies, and then suddenly you walk in, like you're behind the counter selling pies, and then suddenly you walk up to the counter looking to buy a pie? How would you react? I'm not sure what I'd do. I mean, I guess in a world where everyone agrees on everything, it'd be a boring occurrence, right? I'd just be like, oh, hey, how you going? Do you want a pepper beef pie? Oh, yeah, I guess I'll have a pepper beef pie today, because it's, I guess that every day. Isn't that boring? Yeah, kind of boring, but it's interesting meeting myself, right? I mean, that's what I would say to myself if I came in to buy a pie for myself. I'd be like, hey, man, do you want a beef pie? It's interesting meeting me. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, I guess it's sort of interesting meeting you, but I mean, how interesting is it if we agree on everything? Right? And I'd be like, oh, yeah, I know, it's a sign of the times, eh? Roll my eyes, give him a bit of wink and nudge. Here's your pie, mate. Now, roll on, off you go. Yeah, jog on. Yeah, hey, see you, Milo, see you tomorrow. Yep, see you, mate, see you, Milo, see you tomorrow, you know. It's all about building and nurturing. It's all about building a customer base and nurturing the customers within it, you know what I mean? If you want to sell those pies, sell the pasties, sell the sausage rolls, sell the cakes, sell the muffins, then you gotta bang the rocks together, guys. You know what I'm saying? Get that fire started. Put a fire under your bum. You gotta chase those profits. You are not working hard enough to achieve your dreams. Do not let your dreams just be dreams, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to work hard. You got to work fast. You need a 5-step plan. Where are you going to be in 3 years from now? Like, these are the kind of things that you need to plan out. You need to plot. You need to record your goals. And then every time that you make steps toward those goals, you need to record that too, so you can look back at the progress that you've made. This is what we call effective and efficient goal acquisition. You know what I mean? This is like the secret, but without I'm exposing the secret. I'm putting a magnifying glass and a microscope on the secret. We're getting down to the brass tacks, and I'm showing you that the secret is actually just manifestation. No, I'm kidding. It's not manifestation. It's consistency, people. Manifestation is what they want you to believe. So yeah, you sit around in your room just going, oh, I think I can. I know I can. I wish that I could, kind of thing. But it's never going to happen. What you need to do is get up out of your room, do 50 crunches, 50 push-ups, 50 chin-ups. And then you got to take the medicine ball out and drag it up the road, take it up the street, put it around your ankle like a ball and chain. Well, I suppose it is a ball. You just got to need a chain, right? And then tie it around your ankle. Go for a walk. That's really hardcore stuff, man. Put the medicine ball on each ankle, and then you're dragging them up the road as you go uphill and stuff like that. It's mad resistance against your calves and your quads and your thighs and stuff like that. It's really good for building a strong foundation, because they're the muscles that keep us standing, you know, and you're not going to be able to meet your goals if you can't even rise to the occasion. You can't even stand to achieve them, you know what I mean? So, put down the pipe, put down the methamphetamine and the fentanyl and the heroin, put down the speed and the crack and the crocodile, right? You've had your laugh. last puff. You've had your last puff of that shit. It's time to get into vapes. It's time to get into netto pots. It's time to get into all those alternative types of like herbal tea, aphrodisiacs, aromatics. You need to get into the essential oils and rub them behind your ears, underneath your armpits, and in the groin area. Keep yourself fresh. Keep yourself fighting fit. Keep yourself on the go so that you can chase down the dreams which are running away from you. You see them on the horizon. You see them out in space, but you do not have a spaceship to go chasing them to blast off into the stratosphere and to infinity and beyond. Don't you want to crash land on a new planet? Don't you want to discover some kind of new species of life form and put to bed all of those nasty, nasty rumors that we live into this universe alone? Huh? Don't you want to be the first one to discover that all the people that believe in God are wrong? Huh? Don't you? Isn't that tantalizing? Doesn't that get your loins twitching? Doesn't that get your lips smacking and your salivary glands producing all of that sweet, sweet nectar? Huh? Right? Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it right now. I've got that, what do they call it my mouth is watering. That's what's happening. I've got so much water in my mouth. It's like there's a storm in a tidal wave inside of my mouth. There's a flash flood. Hello, flash flood inside of my mouth right now. There's a whirlpool inside of my mouth. So do not take your tugboat into my mouth, or you better bring a life jacket, because that bitch is swirling and twirling and sucking you down, sucking you back to the ground without a frown. That's how it's going down. Me and my crew, yeah, we all went to town on the bus. So what? I don't give a shit. Riding round town, I could eat your bitch. Yeah, I ate her. I ate all the things. I ate the chicken wings and I go to KFC. You don't know about all the things that I can eat, cause I eat them and I beat them. And when I get on social media, I tweet them. I tweet and I post. I'm the guy with the most notifications and DMs in my inbox. I got so many DMs, man. I got 10 million DMs and I don't know where to start. Do you think that any of them would be important because I got so many DMs? I'm just going to start reading them right now. One of them says this, right? I'm going to open up my Twitter. Hey, Milo, I'm just saying that, I've been listening to your program. This is a tweet, by the way. This is a tweet from someone. It's a tweet from someone else that came to me. And here's what it says. Hey, Milo, I'm tweeting at you right now because I would like you to play some music, motherfucker. I've been following you for 20 years. I've been listening to this podcast for 100 days. And I've been doing all the things that you love to hear about, like growing my new orchid and clipping off all the additional dead twigs. And I'll be taking all the aphids off of my plants and I'll be putting them into a cardboard box below my bed so that I can use them on the neighbors' plants when they piss me off. You know, they be trying to piss me off and I just unleash the box of aphids. So play this song for me. Right now, Milo, can you play this song for me on the air live? I want you to play. That's what the tweet says. So I guess what that means is that I'm going to have to play a musical number right here, right now.
Let UFO experience.
Thank you very much for that. You know, a lot of people ask me different things all of the time, you know what I mean? They're always asking me things, they're always asking me questions, they're always sending me queries that I need to respond to, and they're always ending their sentences with a question mark, and they're directing them to me, right? And I don't have any time to think about all of your fucking stupid ass questions. I don't have any time to formulate the answers because I've got more important shit to be doing than sitting around all day, every day, pondering all these fucking stupid shit that you guys send me. Just every single day, the thing like, oh, Milo, what color's the sky? Oh, Milo, what's your favorite food? Milo, how do I get the career right? Milo, oh, how do I grow my social? I don't care. I don't know. I never even thought about any of those things that you ask me, and I don't care to respond. Not individually anyway, so that's why I'm doing it right here, right now, in this segment of the podcast where I answer all of your questions. So to answer all of your questions succinctly and unanimously, you have to go and bang the rocks together, guys. That's how you get it started. You gotta start from little things, big things grow. From little things, big things grow. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You gotta start with something small. Put one foot in front of the other, and before you know it, you're making something big. You make the biggest things when you don't even know. All you got to do is put your head down and grow. You got to grow your skills. You got to grow your network. You got to be out there meeting people. You got to introduce fans to other fans, and then you got to network with other business people and other artists that are going to elevate you, and they're going to introduce you to their friend groups, and you got to introduce them to your fans, and then you got to cross and mix and match all your fans together, and then you've just got a big conglomerate fan network that you and your artist friends can prey upon, right? You can be like, hey guys, I met this cool dude. Check out his music. I know you're going to check. And then before you know it, half of your fan base is like, oh, I love this guy. And they're buying his shit. And then that guy who's getting all of your fans to buy his shit is talking to his fans, and he's talking about you to his fans. And he says, hey, check out this guy that I've met. And he's talking about you, but he's talking to his fans. And then suddenly, before you know it, all of his fans are buying from you. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's insider trading. I don't know what you would call it, like conspiring against the people, conspiring against the masses who have got nothing better to do than shove fistfuls of dollars into the mouths of stupid-ass motherfuckers on Instagram and TikTok, right? Generating content. That's all they do. Marketing. You got to get the profits up. You need to sell. Buy. And you need to get exonerated for all of those past practices which incriminated you. And the only way you're going to do that is with fistfuls of dollars. You know what I'm saying? You got to get those wads of cash. Cold, hard mullah. Cold, hard money. You know what I mean? I ain't talking banks, man. Oh yeah, we're not doing with the banks in this bitch, man. We're talking crypto. Inside of my crypto wallet, I've got 1,000 Bitcoins and 1 million Ethereum, and I've got so many Dogecoin, and I've got, what else is good? I've got NFTs, I've got blockchains, I've got chain blocks, I've got so many fucking things in my crypto scheme, and eventually, I know you're laughing at me now, but eventually I'm going to get all of that in real money, apparently, and then I'm going to change the world. And all of the time that I wasted looking at my phone and checking out these crazy ass graphs and grids on my phone that I think mean something, when everyone was laughing at me, they're going to find out their day will come when I am a millionaire, because I am a crypto bro. I've got $1 million. It's just not in my wallet. I don't know when it will be. I don't know when I get my money. I don't even know how, but one day I'm going to show the world that I'm the richest man. That's what I'm saying, right? And that's what I'm all about. It's all about proving them haters wrong. It's all about proving the naysayers, the doubters, and those people that otherwise don't fancy you. It's all about showing them. It's not just about delivering some kind of crazy-ass monologue that can change the world and change minds and bring people together. No. It's about doing some kind of crazy ass feats of courage, acts of endangerment, heroic deeds that can really light up someone's brain, set it on fire, and they'll be like, whoa, this guy's doing crazy ass shit. Maybe we should call in Captain Crazy Man because he's saving the planet one person at a time with his crazy antics, just going around from here to there, being crazy, being psycho, doing all the fucking crazy ass maniac things, you know? But that's one way. That's only one way for you to reach the top of the cherry, man. Sometimes it's the crabs in the bucket thing. You get pulled down by the people that you surround yourself with because they don't want to see you get up. They don't want to see you get out of the bucket because they know what comes out. Maybe they're just trying to look after you, man, because they know what comes out of the like. What happens to crabs when they jump out the bucket? Everyone knows, right? They get eaten, fried, cooked, boiled, whatever the fuck, peeled. So maybe it's a good thing that the people that you've surrounded yourself with are pulling you back down and they're not letting you escape the gravitational pull of their crazy ass, regular, boring ass fucking pedestrian lifestyle that they're trying to keep you privy to. They're trying to nail you down, bring you down, lock you down, right? They don't want to see you escape. They don't want to see you take off. They don't want to see you spread your wings and achieve your dreams. But fuck them, bro. Leave them all in your dust, man. Leave them all burned corpses in the background. Like, no, I'm just talking about napalm, bro. I'm talking about just fucking firebomb the shit out of that place. Carpet bomb. Level that place with a nuclear warhead. And how hard are they working for their dreams? Probably not at all. Or maybe they're working even harder than you. Maybe that's why you're stuck in the bucket in the first place, because all your friends are outside of the bucket. They're all dancing around the bucket like, look at this fucking idiot inside here. La, 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 la. We're doing the crab dance and we're all laughing at you because you're stuck inside the bucket, right? And they're already outside. Like when I'm imagining that this bucket is like one of those white, like 20-liter buckets or whatever. And I'm imagining it in a grassy parkland with trees and maybe a play equipment somewhere in the background, and there's a circle of crabs that are dancing around it going loo, 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 loo. And you're just stuck inside going, oh God, why did I choose this life? Why didn't I become a fish and jump in the net? Why didn't I become a bear and jump in the trap? Why didn't I become a rabbit and try to cross the rabbit-proof fence, huh? Why didn't you do any of those things? Why did you just be a dumb, stupid human? Oh, getting dressed to go to work, put on the tie, put on your skirt, put on your stockings. Here we go again, jump in the car. Ha ha ha. Mondays, right? Mondays, am I right? Who hates Mondays? I hate Mondays. Where's my coffee? First coffee, before anything, let's cough. Ha ha ha, am I right? Yeah. That's office stuff, just regular office stuff, you know what I mean? This the daily grind, and I'm not talking about Arabica beans. I'm talking about the daily grind of life, showing up to some shitty 9 to 5 that you can't fucking stand, surrounded with people that you do not like and that you pretend to talk to, or I mean, maybe you really do talk to them, but you only pretend to be interested in the things that they say. There's like, oh, blah blah blah. How about Jono down in printing? Yeah, and how about Jessica in accounts or whatever? Yeah, how about it? How about it? Maybe you're just not a gossiper. I'm not one to gossip because I work alone, and so if I was going to talk about anyone, it'd be myself, and I'm not going to talk shit about myself. So whenever I see someone else who happens to visit my place, I'm just like, yes, you should see the workers at this place, man. They're so good. They're the best workers in the world. Milo down in the back corner, he's always tugging himself. We've got Milo at the front, and he's always looking at his phone, and there's another Milo over there. He sits around the forklift doing fuck all, mate. But the job gets done, doesn't it? It's not about your productivity. It's just about the results, man. It's just about what happens at the end of the day. Did the boxes get moved from A to B? Did the trucks get escorted? Did the products get dispatched? Were the hostages released? You know what I mean? These are not things that you can just measure with your boring, standard, industry-level KPI, like your key performance fucking indicators. You know what I mean? Like, these are the kinds of things that are just intangible. They're metaphysical. You cannot chalk them up to tallies on a piece of paper or percentages or whatever at the end of the financial year. It's all about looking at people as humans, and diverse people are what changes a workplace. It's just a matter of getting the right people, the right team, and not grinding them into paste. You got to grind them into, if you're going to grind them in anything, at least grind them into dust or grind them into ash. Maybe you want to burn them down into ash, and at least you can have some ashes. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's time for everybody's favorite, regular, coveted inaugural segment, the Brodie Report. Yes, it's time for the Brodie Report, and this time I got a spicy one because I've heard some crazy ass fucking shit, man. It's the craziest shit that you've ever seen, right? So, recently Brodie's been up to some fucking absolutely raucous shit, man. Some obscene stuff has been coming out of the Brodie department, you know what I mean? He was recently spotted hanging out behind the bikers club. Recently spotted hanging out behind the bikers club. He had 15 beers in one hand and he had about 12 packets of fentanyl in the other. When somebody walked up to him and said, "Hey, Brodie, I don't think you should be riding your bike when you're, this intoxicated." He said, "Fuck off, man, fuck off." And he just he downed the 15 beers, right? He slapped the bags of fentanyl over the dude's head and the dude basically died. And that's when he jumped down. Brodie jumped down, was like, he put his face into the guy's face and was like, "Yeah, you want to keep going now, bro? You want to keep going now? You want to fight me now and try to tell me when I can't drive? You want to do that to me now, the biggest man in the world?" But this kind of action didn't go unnoticed. Suddenly there was like 20 police officers just descending upon the scene, right? They were all coming to the bikers club. But Brodie was in good company though, man, because he, little did the police know, is that all the patrons in the bikers club, they were all bikies, and they were all loaded to the teeth. They had bazookas, they had shotguns, they had semi-automatic rifles, and they had like knives and swords. They had claymore mines. They had flamethrowers, Brodie's secret favourite weapon, and they were not going to let the cops come and intervene anytime soon. You know what I mean? So, Brodie was slapping down this dude out the back of the bikers club. The dude was already dead, but Brodie was hitting this guy, and then suddenly he could hear the sirens in the distance. Woo, 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 woo. Fucking hell! From atop the bikies club, someone with a sniper rifle yelled, "Hey, Brodie! You gotta get the fuck out of here, man! They're coming now!" And Brodie was like, "Fuck that, mate! I don't fucking run from no cunt. I'm the biggest man in the world!" So Brodie thought, "Fuck this. I know what has to be done." He dropped his beers, he dropped the fentanyl, and he jumped on top of his hog. Brodie was going out to meet him, head on, face to face, mano a mano, man versus police. Okay, let me set the scene. Argent Street, the main drag in Broken Hill, the main street in this small town, outback town, right? At one end, you've got 20 police officers, red and blue lights blaring, firearms drawn, all holed up across the street, barricaded, fenced off type of thing. Doors of the cars are open, that's what they're standing behind for protection. And up comes Brodie. Turns the engine of his motorcycle off. Ching, ching. He steps off of his bike. It was like a western high noon. The sun was beating down on Brodie's head. The sun was beating down on the cops in the blue, and they had big sweaty circles underneath their armpits. Suddenly, the sergeant jumped on the megaphone. "Brodie Kennedy, drop your weapons and turn yourself in now. Surrender and we will take you peacefully." Brodie had a grin on his face, a little smirk. He dropped his weapons. And then he pulled out something from his back pocket. One of the police guys had their guns trained. "No, not yet. Private, not yet. Let's see what he's cooking up." And Brodie, with a smirk on his face, he produced a disco ball. Oh, it was a party. Brodie ran over to the cops and he slammed it on one of their heads, and suddenly ABBA came out of nowhere and they all started this big dance off, and Brodie was like, "April Fools, motherfucker!" And then all the bikies came and they were like all laughing and as they were in high spirits, and they were like, they were all like, we were just joking around, and the cops were all laughing. They were confused. They were like, "What the fuck, man? What the hell, bro? You were just pulling our leg the whole time?" And Brodie's like, "Yeah, mate, I was just fucking pulling your legs the whole time, wasn't I?" And then the guys were all like, And it was just a good time, man. It's just a real good time. It's just one of those things that only Brodie could do, you know what I mean? Only he could get the entire city revved up like a bike, right? And get them all pulled back and peeled all the way down at the end of it. Like, oh, just a joking, just a bit of a, just a little trick, guys. Just a little bit of fun, you know what I mean? So they all went back. The police, the bikers and Brodie, they all went back to the club, and the police joined him. They picked up the body, they threw it in the back of the van, and it was all good. It was all good. They pissed on until midnight. Then Brodie came home, got on the rack, and he crashed, went to sleep. And that was Brodie's Easter weekend, you know what I'm saying? It was good stuff. It was good stuff. It was good to see Brodie just being the big natural larrikin he is. He was in fine form. He was in really good form, you know what I mean? He's a good value bloke. It's good to have him around. It's just good to have him around, just to listen to him and look at him and just smell him, just see him, you know what I mean? Oh, well. Well, I think that just about brings us to the end of episode number 12 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. I'd just like to take a moment to thank my sponsors. This podcast was brought to you by the Ridge Wallet. Do you not keep your phone? Do you have a phone? And do you keep it? But do you keep it in your pocket? Then, I'm guessing that you probably have one of those things that you keep your phone in and has all your cards and stuff in it, right? But if you don't, then you need a metal wallet. You need to get a metal wallet instead of having something that is soft, smooth, fabric-based, or perhaps leather inside of your pocket that only gets lovely, nice, and worn out and looks really cool after a few years and is just a nice thing to have. And you want to replace that with a metal square, then you need the Ridge Wallet. It has magnetic shielding, and it will, you can turn it in, you can do stuff with it. It's a wallet, and it's made out of metal. You can put your cards in it. You can put your money in there, but not your coins. I don't believe it carries coins. And it also doesn't carry your phone. So now you're going to have your phone in one pocket and your fancy schmancy Ridge Wallet in the other with all your cards and money in it, right? And if that sounds like you, then you need to go to ridgewallet.com and type in the code Milo Podcast at the checkouts to receive 25% off of your first 3 purchases of the Ridge Wallet. And this podcast was also brought to you by Audible Books. And so if you're tired of listening to me talk about garbage and everyone else on every other podcast talk about shit, and you would rather listen to some non-fiction, or perhaps you want to listen to some fiction, then what you need to do is go to audible.com and listen to some books. Listen to some books. You got to listen to the books. They've got To Kill a Mockingbird. They've got Mein Kampf, narrated by Hitler. And they've got The Anarchist's Cookbook, and that one's narrated by Charles Manson. And they've got the Manifesto. What's the Manifesto? They've got the Communist Manifesto, and that's read by Karl Marx. So you need to go to audible.com and get yourself some knowledge. Are you a dumb guy? Are you a stupid brain little smallhead? Then you need to go to Audible and pump your brain full of intellectuality. Go to audible.com and type in the code Milo Reads at the checkout, and you will receive 20 free books. 20 free books. 20 free books. I can't wait to go and get 20 free books. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of today's podcast. I'm so happy that you joined me today and that you listened to me. Isn't that great? You listening to me. Isn't that just fucking fantastic? Thank you so much for tuning in to me. And I will see you on the next episode of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Yeah.